justice reign, in peace or battle honored, and this we count as gain. To hang unto our children a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed.
Ladies and gentlemen, permit me to invite Mr. Jude Undu to give us his brief. I am sorry to use the word brief, because briefly will Mr. Jude walk to this place, because he's a very brief man who will give us a very brief speech as his opening remarks. Please encourage him to briefly brief us.
Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I once heard someone say that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step, and a step in the right direction. And today, this evening, that step has led all of us to this place to converge like this and celebrate the MSMEs ecosystem. And observing all protocols, I would like to warmly say good evening to us all, ladies and gentlemen, our distinguished nominees, our special guests. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to have all of you here today at this inaugural MSME Finance Awards, a celebration of innovation, impact, and commitment to empowering micro, small, and medium enterprises in Nigeria. Tonight, we have gathered here to recognize and honor financial institutions, government and non-governmental organizations, and other critical stakeholders who have demonstrated exceptional support for the MSME sector through their interventions in terms of finance. And again, when I say finance, we're looking at the broader financial inclusion concepts, through their policy interventions and regulatory support. MSMEs, as we all know globally, are the backbone of any economy. They drive growth, job creation, innovation, but yet they face significant challenges, and one of them happens to be the access to finance. Not just finance, but including markets and resources. But tonight, we are here to look at, the issue of financial access to MSMEs in terms of support. They face significant challenges in accessing finances, and with this award, we strongly believe that the opportunity to create a platform to promote MSME ecosystem is just at the right time. This award is curated, conceptualized, and convened by the Economic Forum Series in a strategic partnership with Nairametrics and Digicom Enterprises. The award is a hybrid event where other participants are joining us online across the social media digital platforms. We will begin with some goodwill messages from our special guests. Also, we have a keynote address from the representative of the chairman of the FIRS, and also a fireside chat with the representative of MasterCard, who is seated here tonight with us. Also, we'll be having some industry experts share their insights into the strategic theme and sub-theme of tonight's event. Over the next couple of hours, we will showcase and demonstrate the achievements of our finalists and winners and like-minded individuals passionate about MSME development. At this point, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to our headline partners, MasterCard and Airtel Smart Cash PSB, for their unwavering support and commitment to this project. Also to our judges, our nominators and participants who are here present today. Thank you for taking the time to join us in this August event. We believe today marks a significant step in terms of the opportunity to give that needed support and impetus to the MSME ecosystem, thereby bringing them to the fore in terms of the challenges they face with respect to access to finance. Without much ado, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all. Thank you very much.
Mr. Jude Ndu has briefly addressed us with his opening remarks. Please, let's give him a round of applause. Now we will take an attempt to look at elongated approaches to the statement coming from no other person than the CEO of Nairametrics, who by default of his height will make his statement within 60 seconds. Please, a round of applause for Mr. Obi Chukwu.
You and I can make a plan. We can bring I don't know why they like to cheat us. Those of us that are blessed with height and weight. All right. Good evening, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. All protocols duly observed. On behalf of the management of Nairametrics, and of course our partners, Economic Forum, Media Limited, and Digicom, I'm honored to welcome you to the inaugural MSME Finance Awards. We are thrilled by the strategic partnership with EFS, collaborating to develop, design, and implement high-profile thematic events like this. As a media organization, this is our way of contributing to the tremendous growth potential of Nigeria's MSME sector. Through strategic partnerships, we aim to recognize and celebrate excellence in MSME finance, a crucial driver for our economy, as we all know. SMEs are the backbone of Nigeria's economy. And at Nairametrics, we have been covering the Nigerian economy for almost a decade now, with focus mostly on MSMEs. MSMEs, as we all know, contribute 50% of our GDP and employ over 80% of our workforce. With over 41 million SMEs in Nigeria, they represent the spirit of innovation, resilience, and determination that propels Nigeria forward. This is even more reason why we should continue to recognize those who are here who support SMEs. The MSME Finance Award is our attempt to bridge the gap. This initiative seeks to recognize and reward innovation and impact in MSME finance, foster collaboration and knowledge sharing among stakeholders, and also to inspire and motivate others to continue to support MSMEs. Even those of us at Nairametrics, at some point we were an MSME. We still consider ourselves an MSME. Tonight's nominees have been selected through painstaking process, a lot of back and forth, a lot of debate internally, ensuring that only the most deserving are recognized. But let's be very clear, every single nominee today we consider a winner. Throughout this evening, we will honor our finalists and winners and engage in insightful discussion, as Jude had just mentioned. And we will also network with like-minded individuals passionate about MSMEs. We believe every single person in this room is very passionate about MSMEs, and that is why you're all here. I would like to extend my heartfelt appreciation to our judges as well, nominators, participants, and most importantly, you, our distinguished guests, for being a part of this landmark occasion. Let me not also forget some of our guests who are also watching virtually as well, because everything you're seeing here is also being streamed. Once again, welcome to the MSME Finance Awards. And I actually hope that within the next hour and a half, maximum 2 hours, we'll all be out of here. Thank you very much for your time. Good evening.
I would want to invite the representative of His Excellency, the Governor of Katsina State, His Excellency Malam Diko Umar Rada, PhD, ably represented by Dr. Babangida Kuma, the Technical Advisor on Enterprise Development, to give his goodwill message. Please, a round of applause for him. Encourage him to come. Perhaps, too, we may get some incentive from an SME-friendly governor.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. May the peace and blessing of God be with all of us. Amen. First of all, let me begin by thanking to the organizers of this very important and wonderful program, and appreciate them for bringing all of us in this room for something that we believe is really important for all of us. It was a great honor to extend the goodwill and the warm regard of His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Katsina State, Malam Duko Umar Rada, PhD, to all gathered here in this room for the MSMEs Award 2024. Today, we celebrate not only the outstanding achievements of our small-scale businesses, but also the reliance, innovation, and dedication that for the Nigerian economy. In Katsina State, we recognize the vital role of MSMEs play for the economic growth and development, jobs creation, and social stability. Our government is committed to providing a good ecosystem through policies, infrastructure development, and capacity building initiatives that empower entrepreneurs to progress. Programs like this award is an inspiration to all of us to continue expanding our opportunities for the businesses to grow, adopt, compete in the both national and the global level. I want to commend all the nominees and award recipients for their remarkable contribution to the development of our economy. You represent the spirit of enterprise that pays the challenges of significant, but your unwavering determination and creativity to ensure that the future of the SMEs are brighter in Nigeria. On behalf of His Excellency, the Governor of Katsina State, I wish to congratulate you all for being here and ensure you that this program will really be an inspiration to all of us to do more and more in the future. Thank you.
May I invite Mr. Zacchaeus Adedeji, the Executive Chairman, FIRS, to give us his keynote address. He is ably represented.
Good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you for this opportunity to be present here to represent the chairman, FRS. To answer the questions and the comment from the moderator, I also have my team present from FRS represented here. So beyond me, my team are seated at the table behind you. So you can actually start attacking them right now We have our state coordinator, we have our task, the head of audits and other critical functions of FRS present here. So I would like to first thank the convener, Jude Undu, CEO of the Economic Forum Media, Obi Chukwu, the CEO Nairametrics. I would also like to acknowledge the Vice President Customer Solutions, MasterCard. Thank you for joining us. I personally want to use that word joining us because SMEs and other key institutions that drive economic growth for our economy, Nigeria and West Africa and Africa and the world. This key segment of our economy is too important and too relevant that we have to then become collaborators to drive their sustenance and sustainability. Hence the reason why I will identify and recognize everyone here as collaborators. I will be reading the keynote on behalf of the Executive Chairman of the Federal Inland Revenue Service, Dr. Zach Adedeji, who would have loved to be present here, but had other engagements that was it'd be very, very important that he had to quickly run to. And he has extended his warm regards to everyone and also to the awardees that he shared similar and common interests with in helping to drive the agenda of promoting the MSMEs and getting sustainable, balanced, responsible financing for them. I would like to read his speech, and he goes as this. I am truly honored to stand before you today at the MSME Finance Awards 2024, an event that celebrates the remarkable contributions of the micro, small, and medium enterprises to our economy. Today's theme, unlocking MSME's potential impact on tax revenue growth in a changing policy and regulatory environment, essentially resonate deeply with our collective vision for the prosperous future. It is said that great things often start small. Every big business was once a micro enterprise that grew through persistence, innovation, and a steady focus on long-term goals. As we gather here, it is essential to recognize that MSMEs are the backbone of our economy. According to the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, UNIDO, MSMEs account for over 90% of businesses and contribute significantly to employment and economic diversification. However, their potential remains largely untapped, particularly in terms of tax revenue growth. In a rapidly evolving policy and regulatory environment, the challenges MSMEs face are multifold. These include access to finance, like some of the speakers have shared, regulatory compliance burdens, and the need for technological adaptation. Yet, amidst these challenges lies an incredible opportunity for MSMEs not only to grow, but also to significantly contribute to our national tax revenue. To unlock this potential, we must adopt a holistic approach that fosters an enabling environment for MSMEs. This includes simplifying tax compliance processes, providing incentive for growth, and ensuring that our tax policies are reasonable and equitable. The FRS is committed to promoting tax policies that support MSMEs in their growth journey. We believe that by nurturing these enterprises today, we prepare them to become sustainable taxpayers in the near future. Our initiatives, such as the tax education programs, streamlined registration processes, is aimed at demystifying taxation for MSMEs. We understand that many enterprises may view taxes as a burden rather than a civic duty. It is our responsibility to change this narrative by demonstrating the benefit of compliance and positive impact of their contributions to the national development. The Nigerian government is acutely aware of the immense contribution that MSMEs make to our economy. They are not only pivotal in job creation, but also serve as engines of innovation and growth. Recognizing this, companies classified as small businesses under the Company Income Tax Act are exempted from companies' income tax, also exempt from the obligation to collect value-added tax. This policy framework is designed to lighten their financial burden and encourage compliance. Moreover, I am pleased to inform you that there is an ongoing proposal to increase the threshold for these exemptions, enabling even more MSMEs to benefit from these vital incentives. We anticipate that this proposal will soon be passed by the National Assembly. Ladies and gentlemen, the changing policy landscapes present both challenges and opportunities for MSMEs. And as the government implements new regulations aimed at fostering economic resilience, it is crucial that these policies consider the unique needs of small businesses. We must advocate for flexible framework that allow MSMEs to adapt without being overwhelmed by compliance costs. We recognize that many MSMEs are already making significant strides in the digital space, leveraging platforms like YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, and even WhatsApp to reach broader audience and generate revenue. These digital enterprises are not only enhancing our GDP, but also creating jobs and fostering entrepreneurship among our youth. The ripple effect of these businesses are evident in increased tax revenue, which further underscores the importance of digitizing tax administration at all levels. As we move forward, we must embrace digital transformation in tax administration. Simplifying compliance processes through technology will make it easier for MSMEs to meet their tax obligations while minimizing the administrative burden they face. This will foster an environment where they can focus on what they do best, innovation and growing their businesses. Moreover, technology plays a pivotal role in this transformation. Digital platforms can facilitate easier tax compliance and enhance transparency in financial reporting. As we embrace digitization, we encourage MSMEs to leverage these tools to streamline their operations and improve their financial health. And as we look ahead, I urge all interest parties, government agencies, financial institutions, and the private sector to collaborate in creating a robust ecosystem that supports MSMEs, and by working and creating this intentional approach together, we can certainly build a future where MSMEs thrive and contribute meaningfully to our tax revenue growth. I want to congratulate all the awardees today and also thank you all because you have been nominated for this award, and this means that you have supported the MSMEs in their quest for growth, and I appreciate you all for this support. Empowering MSMEs is not just about fostering business growth. It is about unlocking their potential to fuel national prosperity, driving sustainable tax revenue, and shaping the future of a resilient economy in an ever-evolving regulatory landscape. In conclusion, I would like to reiterate that the FIRS is fostering reasonable tax policies that will enable the growth of MSMEs. We envision a vibrant landscape where small businesses evolving into large taxpayers, driving sustainable economic growth for our nation. Thank you for your attention. I wish you a successful and inspiring evening. Thank you.
May I at this moment welcome the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Job Creation and MSMEs, Mr. Timitola Adekule Johnson, also known as Taj. Please come forward to give us your goodwill message. Carrie, please be here with us. Be here with us.
Lately there seems to be some insecurity about the way I feel, where I wanna be. But you know it's with you, no one can do the things you do to me. Never to be mistaken, long as this love we're making, there's gonna be some rain, gonna be the pain, but as long as I know, boy, time will show.
Good evening, everyone. I want to thank the organizers of this event. You see, the essence of having a public sector is because there's a private sector. And without sounding like a broken record, I know I've said this over and over and over again, that the private sector must work with the public sector for us to achieve or attempt to achieve whatever it is that we want to achieve, either as a government, as a country, or as an entity. So when, I think about 2 months ago, the organizers of this event reached out through a senior colleague that they wanted me to come for the event. First thing I wanted to know was why me? Because I need to understand there are so many advisors, there are so many ministers, so why me? So he said to me, you are an SSA to Mr. President on job creation. And you also double as the SSA to Mr. President on MSMEs. So he didn't need to complete the statement. I there and then knew that it was important that I came. And I did everything I could to ensure that I got here on time. So like the MC rightly said, I'm from Lagos. But for some reason, I just figured that I'll get here on time. But traffic showed me, but no problem. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy and I'm glad to be here. Why am I happy to be here? It is important that where you have reputable private sector entities like Nairametrics and what they are doing, where they identify players within the MSME or within a certain ecosystem, and they decide to encourage, because for me, an award is an encouragement. An award is a nod of saying, listen, you might not be where we think we should be, but I think you're in the right direction. We can support you. And this thing you're doing today, do not take it for granted. I don't take it for granted. I do not think it's less important than any other event that the federal government or the state government will hold. I don't. It is not easy to sit down, conceptualize an idea, get people to believe in their idea, and execute the idea. Those are 3 different things. So anybody or a group of people that are able to do that consistently with integrity, they are worthy of a round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen. I sort of suspect that I might still come back on stage before the evening runs out. So I would like to keep some of the things I want to say till later. I would have loved to say a few more, but let me keep those things to my chest right now until later. I was just asked to give a quick goodwill message. Welcome, everybody. If you have not been to Lagos before, welcome. This is Lagos, the best state in the entire country, the best state in the entire Africa. Thank you very much for putting this together.
God bless you. Ladies and gentlemen, we will come to the fireside chat. Deserving of no fire extinguishers. Whatever the discussion is, I don't know. I would care less until it starts to make meaning to us. Ladies and gentlemen, permit me at this moment to invite the moderator and the panel driver for this discussion, a professional colleague. He's no other person than Mr. Stephen Ipalibo-Lonsin. Please a round of applause for him. Can we have 2 microphones, please? He will drive this fireside chat. And our guest for this chat, and we believe we will get some insights from the industry today, is no other person than our dear friend, supporter, one who firmly believes in the development of MSMEs in Nigeria and West Africa. No other person than Kari Tukur, Vice President, Customer Solution Center, East and West Africa at MasterCard. Please, a round of applause for Kari. So we will pay attention for the next 10 minutes and let's see how this discussion goes.
The time we have for the fireside chat is about 15 to 20 minutes, Kari. And then we want to go straight into the meat of today's conversation. First and foremost, we want to also recognize all of the dignitaries present here. I want to say a big thank you to Nairametrics, as well as the Economic Forum Series Limited for putting together such a wonderful event as this, the MSME Finance Awards 2024. Please, can you put your hands together for them? And so much more for me, it's a fantastic experience knowing the fact that I'm sitting with one of the globally recognized companies that have done much in terms of defining the payment technology space. A lot of us understand how important that has been because they have been in the forefront of so many innovations that we are beginning to see, and we know the future itself is quite wild. The future is full of greater opportunities, and I'm so excited being given the opportunity to actually moderate this particular session. Joining me here is no other person than Kari Tukur. She's the Vice President, Customer Solutions, East and West Africa. Please put your hands together for her. A little background about Kari for some of you who perhaps may not know the wonderful lady that is seated with me here. Apparently, I think it's very familiar ground. We both are sitting, as the case might be, or standing as you want to choose. But in her role as the Vice President for Customer Solutions East and West Africa, she's responsible for shaping and building diverse payment ecosystems in over 30 markets in East and West Africa, geared towards driving financial as well as digital inclusion for all segments of consumers. She also sits on the board of DLM Capital Group, which comprises subsidiaries in investment banking, trustees, securities trading, FX, digital banking, asset management, and corporate lending. Before joining MasterCard in August 2019, she successfully managed customer private as well as retail banking activities across Africa and Europe for multinational banks like Banquet, Santander, and the Standard Bank, as well as Standard Chartered Bank, as the case may be. She also led the cross-functional team responsible for the successful integration of the retail business of one of the biggest bank mergers on the continent, Nigeria, Africa, and that was and is Diamond and Access Bank merger. Please put your hands together for her. The more I'm saying this, she's also recognized as the Corporate African Woman of the Year 2021 by the Global Women in Tech organization. Please, can you put your hands together for that? As well as one of the top 50 most influential women in Nigeria by Business Day and top 15 leading ladies in Nigeria by Leading Ladies
Africa. And this is the person we are going to be engaging with for MasterCard. And MasterCard happens to be one of the sponsors of this wonderful event. Please put your hands together for them one more time. Carrie, I'm particularly excited because, I mean, you and I have, we've had an engagement sometime in the past in a similar forum of this nature. And in my experience has been, in my own role in those capacity, I've come to understand how important MasterCard has actually been in the forefront. Not just in the place of playing the role as sponsors, because sponsorship obviously plays a critical role in driving some of these conversations that we are having. But so much more that if I want to take a poll right here, I will not be surprised that more than 75% of the people seated here are using MasterCard.
I hope so.
Well, I can imagine that. And that's because I think your company has distinguished itself, especially when it comes to the payment technology companies of the world today. And MasterCard obviously is not just a trailblazer, but it's an innovator in that regard. So one of the things that I'm very particularly concerned, it has to do with the MSMEs, because people oftentimes have said that they are the key drivers of the economy. You look at the contribution in terms of GDP is more than 50%. And so MasterCard has been a pioneer in this regard in terms of payment technology solutions globally. How do you see your services impacting MSMEs in Nigeria, particularly in terms of financial inclusion? Because we know from the CBN, some of those policies that came on forth in terms of financial inclusion, digital banking is now becoming so much more in terms of borderless aspect of it. What kinds of impact have we seen from MasterCard, if you want to share with us? Over to you, Carrie.
Thank you very much. Before I answer your question, I want to just say a huge congratulations to the organizers of this event. It's such a beautiful event, and it's such an important event as well, celebrating key contributors within the SME space. So thank you for having me, and congratulations, it's such a wonderful event. To your question. So one of the key tenets of MasterCard is driving equitable access to financial services. And we've made huge investments in technology that supports that agenda. Of course, for equitable access to financial services, you cannot downplay the importance of SMEs. In Nigeria, they contribute 40% of the GDP. And they also are employers of the largest labor force. I think 80% of people who work are working for an SME. But if I cast our minds back to last year, February, when the central bank decided to embark on the demonetization agenda, I'm sure that we all don't want to remember that time because there was no cash in circulation. And even if you had to get access to cash, you'd be paying almost 30% of the value of what you were withdrawing. The people who suffered the most in that time were the SMEs.
True.
And I would ask some of my domestic workers why they wouldn't just use their card to make a payment in the market. And they laughed at me and said, "Do you think cards work in marketplaces?" It's either cash or transfer.
Transfer, that's true.
Unfortunately, the transfer platform was so overwhelmed that it crashed. We all couldn't even make transfers. You transfer and then it reverse, or they wouldn't receive. I mean, it was a mess. And so MasterCard made a deliberate attempt to try and solve this problem very quickly. And together with my team, we said, what is the lowest cost digital acceptance capability that we can roll out in the market that would make a huge impact? And we went to the drawing board and started painting out a few ideas. The first was, why don't we do this contactless tap on phone thing, right? It's already prevalent in most of the developed markets. It's a great solution because it democratizes payments, because it now allows anybody with a smartphone to receive payments when you just tap your card. But then we found out that a lot of SMEs, even though they have the Android phones, don't have NFC-enabled Android phones. So that in itself was another problem that we needed to solve. So we rolled out two solutions. The first was a QR payment solution that had an embedded payment link. And any SME could just download this or get it from their bank. And in a click of a printer button, they had a QR that I could scan with my phone camera and put in my card details, and that SME, whether they're operating on Instagram or in the market, can now accept card payments. That's one. We then partnered to solve this NFC problem, because we can't ignore the fact that contactless payments is the most seamless method of payment anywhere in the world. You tap and you go. And the device is your mobile phone that you already have. So we said, how do we get cheaper phones in the market at the same price point as like a Techno, 35K, 40K, because anything more than that, an SME is not interested, right? So we partnered with this American company called KaiOS to build in our tap on phone or contactless acceptance software into a phone like a Techno. So that when an SME now buys a phone, it comes preloaded with this technology that allows them to accept payments.
Wow, that's impressive.
So MasterCard continues to innovate, because if SMEs don't win, the economy loses.
Doesn't win as a matter of fact.
And what we do from a digitization perspective is you get the money in so that the SME has digital records of their business that then gives them the the opportunity to seek credit, which is so critical for their business to grow. So these are some of the areas in which, live examples of how we've been able to impact.
Yeah, that's quite interesting, because the story you shared sometime last year actually is something that is quite very conversant in a lot of minds. The challenges we had, especially in terms of transaction, and the kinds of frustrations one felt, especially when you were doing the transfers and they weren't even going. And so seeing some of these innovations coming from MasterCard tells the fact that you don't just look about the profit, you are connecting the market, you're connecting people, you're leveraging data as well as all of those innovations to actually bring about solutions that can actually help businesses thrive. And that is impressive, because MSMEs actually have very unique needs, as a matter of fact. They are not the big companies who have bottom lines that runs in the billions. They are those who ensure that the 2, 3 they're able to employ, 4, 5 or thereabout helps the economy to go further still. Now, with so much of what you've said, one of the things what we imagine is that your solutions actually address several needs that MSMEs actually have. But is that what sets you apart? Is this just part of market responses, or it is much more of an insight that is driven from data to say, okay, listen, these are the solutions that we think we're going to have to get into the market first before any other person gets there? So is this some of the USP for MasterCard that actually makes you different from the other card technology companies that are out there?
Thank you for that question. And I like when you said other card technology company. MasterCard is not a card technology company.
I needed that clarification.
Okay. MasterCard is a technology company. It's a payment technology company. We started as a card company many years ago, but if you look at the shape of our business today, it's very diverse. And the diversity of our business is in response to the evolution of the payment industry. Cards, maybe in developed markets, was a big deal, right? It was the way with which you could seamlessly connect buyers with sellers. In Africa, it's a different kettle of fish. In Africa, you have players like M-Pesa. Mobile wallets are big, right? You've got NIP, where it originally was conceptualized for person-to-person payments, but you use it to pay a merchant. So technically, it's also acting as a person-to-merchant payment tool. So if you want to survive, and then you've got our very brilliant FinTechs, who are solving real-life problems. They understand the infrastructural deficits that we have as a country. They understand some of our human capital challenges, and they build solutions in response to the market. So if MasterCard is supposed to survive in this kind of interesting ecosystem, we have to operate beyond being a card. And what sets us apart is the fact that we have built a platform that is multi-rail, and I'll explain what that
All right.
means. When I say rail, it means how do we carry transaction from point A to point B. In the old world, one rail was card. In the new world, another rail is account to account or mobile money wallets. MasterCard's platform is multi-rail, meaning we are able to add value to any type of transaction. That sets us apart. And a very good example is a recent partnership that we had with a Nigerian company. So if you look at our gateway, for instance, you want to make an e-commerce transaction. Abroad, you can only make that transaction either with your Apple Pay wallet or with your card. And your Apple Pay wallet is still your card in the background, right? In Nigeria, you can go and check out with your account number because your fintechs have enabled that capability, which is something that, card companies would think, yeah, e-commerce, that's our
own
business, right?
That's true.
But other people are coming in. So to compete, we have built our platform to speak to any type of payment because the customer doesn't care. He just wants to make a payment. And you must be able to ensure that you have the ability to receive his payment. So the critical differentiator with us is that we are multi-rail and we continue to innovate around the customer.
Which is key, as a matter of fact.
It's around the customer. What does the customer want to do and how do they want to do it? And how do we make it seamless, frictionless, and safe? And that informs our design principles in terms of the products that we bring into market and the sort of security tools that we also layer on top of our services.
All right, Carrie, because of time, and we know we're here for an award session, but we need to be able to explore some of the questions that has to do with in what different ways and initiatives has MasterCard actually put out there to support a lot of MSMEs, as a matter of fact. And can we have some success stories that you can share with us? Some case studies of some of those initiatives, from MasterCard in that regard, so that people out there who are listening to us understand the importance of this. And in particular, I would like you to also elaborate on the recent alliance with the African Development Bank Group and the potential impacts it's going to have on MSMEs, as a matter of fact. So this is more like 2 or 3 wrapped up in one. Over to you.
Okay. All right, let me try and attempt to answer those 2 questions. Okay, so what's MasterCard doing to support SMEs, right? I think one of the biggest SMEs that we power are the fintechs, right? Some of us, we see a lot of them as unicorns, but I promise you, there's still a lot of small and medium-scale fintechs. Great ideas, and they need support to grow and become the unicorns that we have in Nigeria today. So we set up a function or an initiative called Start Path. It's a global MasterCard initiative. It's a fintech accelerator. Globally, we have over 400 fintechs. I think in Africa, we have about 25 odd fintechs that have come on the program.
Fantastic.
And what does the program do? It provides access to capital and access to global resources that those fintechs need to grow. One good example of that fintech that we partnered with is Mono. I'm sure some of you might be familiar with Mono. Mono is one of the first open banking players in Nigeria. And what we did was, not only did we accelerate them through our program, we also integrated their solution onto our platform. So now our platform is almost like it's like an orchestration layer. And we plug and play as many nice local capabilities onto it so that we can really be locally relevant. And we do this through these fintech partnerships. So that's one example of how we support the SMEs. Of course, coupled with constant innovation around the solutions that we have, our tap on phone, the QR. In fact, one of the new packages that my colleague rolled out a year ago was something called Easy Savings. Easy Savings is a combination of a lot of tools that SME uses, Google Facebook ads for their businesses. And we partnered with these service providers to offer discounts to SMEs. Now, on your last question, AFDB.
AFDB, yeah.
AFDB partnership is a powerful catalyst for financial inclusion. And you can imagine with the strength of AFDB's financial standing and MasterCard's technological capability, the fusion of the two, you can imagine what it does in terms of accelerating financial inclusion. Together, we came together and created what is called MADE, Mobilizing Access to the Digital Economy Alliance.
MADE. You want to take that again?
Okay. MADE, Mobilizing Access to Digital Economy.
Okay.
It's a global initiative that pulls NGOs, government agencies, pulls a lot of global assets together to solve for pain points that SMEs have in the local market. We have jointly committed to including 100 million SMEs into the digital economy.
Fantastic.
By the year 2030.
Please, can we put our hands together for that, ladies and gentlemen? Did you hear that? Monday, just give us a moment, we're wrapping up. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, and with that focus, we will continue to work together and we start to identify relevant partnerships in Nigeria that could also further foster that agenda. Thank you.
All right, finally, the future is here. What's the MasterCard's vision in terms of digital payments, especially how Nigerians can actually benefit from that, and how MSMEs in particular can leverage so that we can take an advantage of the future? And with that, you want to use that as your concluding words to all of the MSMEs here, and then what they can look forward to from MasterCard that they can leverage on. Over to you, Carrie.
I think my dream is all SMEs are financially included, digitally included, are enabled with the right tools, capability, access to credit. I remember that the gentleman who spoke on behalf of the FIRS mentioned tax, right? Part of the reason why a lot of the SMEs don't want to be digitized is because they don't want the cost of tax burden.
True.
So we need to find a way to ensure that we are collectively helping the SME run their business in the most efficient and profitable manner. And that is a commitment that MasterCard is making in the way that we continue to develop solutions and innovate for the SMEs in Nigeria and across Africa. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please can you put your hands together for Carrie Toko of MasterCard, one of our sponsors. Want to say a big thank you for giving us this moment. Monday, I know you were whining your finger.
All right, just a minute,
and all
Carrie,
that.
hold on.
And then you had that telling me all the what, so you know how it feels now.
All right.
All right.
Please, a round of applause for them. We are about to start the awards, and I'm sure there's a lot of suspense in the hall of who is going to be a recipient of the award. Well, don't worry. If your name made it to the list, it shows that after this rigorous selection, you topped the list. If some of you are quite conversant with how the North is, we went to a sports competition for Northern Nigeria, and we came 7th in that sport. And so people were commending us that in the entire North, our school came 7th. What people didn't ask was how many contestants there were in that competition. There were actually 7. And we took 7th position, and everybody was clapping and praising us for coming 7th in the entire North of Nigeria. So if you come 3rd and there are only 3 contestants in the entire MSME of 44 million companies registered, you should console yourself. It's okay. I want to start by inviting someone who is going to, in 2 or 3 minutes, speak to these awards and a little about small and medium enterprises in Nigeria. While he does that, I would thereafter read the citation of the first recipients. From the conversations I'm listening to from various tables, it seems the meal will be the most important thing that many people will remember here, even when they lose out in the competition. So may I invite Mr. Oluwakomu to come up. Please, let us give him a round of applause. He will speak for 2 minutes, and after that, we will read the citation of the first recipient.
But if you don't know, now you know.
All protocols observed because of time. Commendations to Economic Forum Series and Nairametrics and the sponsors. I thought I should share some important context to what we are doing in terms of data so that we can appreciate the very importance of why we're here. According to FINA access to finance research data, we've talked about access to finance for MSMEs. We have a reality that we don't always talk about. There's a difference between financial inclusion and those who can do digital payments. The actual number of Nigerians who can do digital payments as of December 2023 is just 47%. That is 1 out of every 2 Nigerians cannot receive digital payments or send digital payments. Carrie talked about it. That was the reality that we saw during cashless, especially in the northern Nigeria. A lot of our people are excluded. We have a lot of work to do. But a grimmer reality, even among the 50% or 47% that can do digital payments, between 2010 and 2023, access to payments in Nigeria, according to FINA data, not my data, access to payment in Nigeria grew in 13 years from 22 to 52%. But in the same 13-year period, access to credit for Nigerians, which are typically MSMEs, only grew, you will guess, marginally from 2% to 6%. 4% growth in 13 years. So we are not moving the needle. We are growing access to credit by an average of 0.3% per annum. That is the amount of work that we need to do. And one of the things we need to consider, government is here, regulators are here, banks are here, and FinTechs are here. For our incumbent financial institutions who are holding customers, MSMEs, deposit and payment information captive, how can we push bigger, more compelling open banking that will compel incumbent financial institutions to open their customer base to FinTechs who wants to lend to them? If the incumbent financial institutions do not want to lend, let the FinTechs have access to this data so that they can lend to these customers, who, especially, of course, with their customer consent. The fourth thing, just one more, the third thing we need to deal with is to make our credit records more inclusive. As of today, a lot of our FinTechs who are doing good work, bringing new customers into credit, are not putting their records on the credit bureau system. We need to compel our FinTechs to put more all their customer data in the credit bureau system so that we know more good customers and do business with them. So these are some of the things that we need to do, along with many other things that we need to engage on. So let me just commend the organizers for this good program, and there's just so much we need to do, especially in access to credit, so that we can lift many more of our people from poverty to prosperity, and it needs a lot of collaboration. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, and we need to collaborate. Thank you.
The first honorary awardee is Mr. Temitola Adekule Johnson, MFR, Senior Special Assistant to the President, Office of the Vice President on MSME and Job Creation.
I climbed so many mountains this time. I fought so many battles, but I came through stronger. I raced across the finish line.
It's not yet time. It's not yet time. Temitola Adekule Johnson, MFR, Senior Special Assistant to the Vice President on MSME and Job Creation. To the President, this award is for excellence in government policy intervention programs for MSMEs. And this is the justification. Under his visionary leadership, several groundbreaking initiatives have been launched, including 1, MSME clinics, providing a platform for MSMEs to engage directly with government agencies, resolving challenges and easing business operations. 2, National MSME Awards, celebrating excellence and innovation across various sectors, encouraging businesses to strive for greatness. 3, capacity building programs, offering training to boost entrepreneurial skills, enabling businesses to thrive in competitive markets. 4, survival fund, supporting businesses during the COVID-19 pandemic, ensuring thousands of MSMEs stayed afloat and retained their workforce. I'm a beneficiary anyway, so I can tell you that for free. Your dedication has earned you the prestigious Member of the Order of the Federal Republic of Nigeria honor for significant contribution to job creation and economic development. This award recognizes your consistent contributions and notable strides in policy formulation and programs implementation. Notably, your conception of SME Council to support over 40 million MSMEs in Nigeria and the initiative to promote and reward small-scale businesses with houses, cars, and cash prizes during the 2024 MSME Weeks demonstrates your commitment to empowering MSMEs. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Temitola Adekule Johnson, Member of the Order of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises and Job Creation, as the recipient for excellence in government policy intervention and policy program for MSMEs.
That's a sign of a victory. I can feel the spirit of the nations, and I can feel my wings riding the wind. Yeah, I see the
I would want to thank the organizers once again. But first, I must dedicate this award to all the over 40 million Nigerian struggling MSMEs. I would want to say that with my privileged position as a government worker, I will continue to thrive every day and night to see that we have a better business environment for Nigerian businesses to thrive. It is very essential. As we are here speaking about finance, ladies and gentlemen, governance is everybody. Yes, some of us are ministers, SAs, whatever it's called. Governance is you, governance is me. Why I say so is that if you have an idea that you think is the next big thing, and you have access to any government person, kindly share. Kindly share. It might seem that some of us, it might seem that you think government people don't listen. Some of us listen. I'm passionate about the MSME space. Before I had an opportunity of even dreaming to be an SA, obviously to the last president, and now an SSA to the current president, I was an MSME. I was an MSME. I had my bottling factory doing water, bottled water. From there, I graduated. I had over 22 shawarma stores in Lagos. That's what drives my passion. You know,
we will we'll keep trying to get it right. We will keep trying. We have to keep trying. We can never give up hope. You know, it's best we don't. We just have to keep trying. Before I leave, I know I was given just a minute. I needed to say something real quick. You know, as I was coming here, I had spoken to a few of our MSME partners. And I don't know, the organizers, I have something for about, I think 5 SMEs. I don't know if there are small businesses in the room. I know that there are a lot of big people here. Are there real MSMEs in the room? If you have about 5 SMEs, there's something that my partners have asked that I deliver to them. I'm not going to announce it on the stage. It's monetary. It's something that will take them home and support their businesses. So, yeah, one lady is raising up her hand there. If you're actually an SME, madam, they will pick you. Anyway, just pick whatever you want to pick. Please, DJ.
All right. That's noted. We will take...
DJ, before I leave, there's a song you were playing while I was seated. It's an Ashake song. I think it's Lonely at the top. The bit where it talks about waiting you like, oh, now waiting I like, oh, waiting you know. Something about I go do it with all my heart. So that bit, hold on. That bit where the guy says, whatever it is that you like, whatever it is that is your passion, I'll do it with all my heart. This MSME space, by the special grace of God, is my passion. I'll do it with my heart. Apart from God and my family, I have no other place to fall back on. We are going to survive as a nation. Nigerian MSMEs will get single digits. That is what I stand on. Single digits is very essential. There is nothing that will excite me that will... I think the day we get to a point where we're giving out loans at 7% in this country, then I will say to God that my being involved in government for almost 10 years now is really worth it. That's where we need to get to. Thank you very much for putting this there, and God bless you all. Good night. I appreciate this.
Please, another round of applause for Mr. Temitola. I am sure some of you can feel the passion. 5 MSMEs will be nominated here in this hall tonight for a reward. That is now another award we're about to start. Sir, if it is within your resources to increase it to 10, because we are many as MSMEs, it will make sense. Do I have an aye? Sir, he said done, approved. So 10 MSMEs will go home happy today. And so they're going to put up a criteria here, and that criteria will enable 10 MSMEs to leave home happy. They will leave here going home happy. So let's move to the second recipient. Please welcome the governor of Katsina State, ably represented by the technical advisor on entrepreneurship development. You see, it is my prerogative as master of ceremony to direct people. Sir, please stay here. Thank you. Thank you. May I read the citation of His Excellency Malam Diko Umaru Rada, PhD, Commander of the Order of the Niger of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Executive Governor of Katsina State. His Excellency is receiving this honor for his exceptional leadership and commitment to empowering nano, cottage, micro, small, and medium enterprises in Nigeria. His visionary initiative has transformed Katsina State's economic landscape, earning them a reputable state as the authentic face of MSMEs in Nigeria today. Notably, by 1, the 5 billion Naira SME Growth Fund, launched in collaboration with the Bank of Industry, providing vital financial support to MSMEs in Katsina State. 2, empowering women entrepreneurs, partnering with the Enterprise Development Center, EDC, to train and empower 10,000 young women entrepreneurs through the State Enterprise Development Agency. 3, establishing a ministry for MSMEs, pioneering a dedicated ministry within the state civil service to promote and support MSMEs growth. His tireless effort, both as the former DG CEO of SMEDAN and now as governor, have stimulated policy that foster a conducive business environment for MSMEs to thrive in Katsina State. We recognize his dedication for creating jobs, driving innovation, and contributing to Nigeria's economic development using Katsina State as a pace setter. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Malam Diko Umaru Rada, PhD, Commander Order of the Niger, the Executive Governor of Katsina State, who is ably represented by this technical advisor on entrepreneurship development, Dr. Babangida.
Congratulations and celebrations when I tell everyone that you're in love with me. Congratulations and jubilations. I want the world to know I'm happy as can be.
Thank you so much once again. And I want to say the nomination of my governor for this award didn't come to me as a surprise. Not just because he's the former DG of SMEDAN, but because of his effort in just 1 year for being elected as the governor. One of the key achievements in the enterprise development ecosystem for my governor is creating Katsina State Enterprise Development Agency, which is the agency championing the empowering the small-scale businesses in the state. As you know, or as I'm telling you now, in the north, Katsina State is the only state championing and creating more and more ecosystem for the small-scale businesses. Thank you so much. I really appreciate, or I say we really appreciate. God bless you all. Thank you.
May I also have the opportunity of bossing around people by inviting the former MD of Zenith Pensions to please come up. Here, can look up. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the former MD Zenith Pension Custodian Limited. She's an amazing person. For the want of not murdering the name, I have decided to become mute. But she will present to the recipients of the next honorary awards that we will call. May I invite Dr. Zacchaeus Adedeji, the Executive Chairman, Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, who is represented here by his technical advisor on communications and advocacy. Okay. This award, because it's a household award, I have been told that there must be a balance. I am going to invite 2 state controllers of taxes in Lagos to accompany the advisor on communication and advocacy. Please, can you please come forward, sir and ma? The 2 state controllers of tax. And the reason is deliberate. So when they receive this award, they are likely going to forget the names of the companies here to ask for VAT on Monday. I understand that Dr. Adedeji promotes gender inclusiveness. And that is the reason why we have invited them to join in receiving this award. Please, a round of applause for FIRS. This award is for excellence in MSME tax policy intervention and regulatory support. Dr. Adedeji is honored by his trailblazing contributions to Nigeria's financial sector. He has implemented transformative reforms that has significantly impacted nano, cottage, micro, small, and medium enterprises nationwide. These are the key achievements. 1, simplified tax processes. He has streamlined tax systems, enabling MSMEs to comply effortlessly, thrive, and contribute to national growth. Innovative strategies by implementing cutting-edge approaches to enhance revenue generation and foster a transparent tax ecosystem. 3, dedication to fair taxation by demonstrating unwavering commitment to equitable taxation, promoting a stable business environment. And 4, achieved remarkable revenue increases supporting Nigeria's economic development. Dr. Adedeji's expertise, which you see in these 4 professionals, and passion for fostering MSMEs has positioned him as a renowned thought leader. Ladies and gentlemen, he is and was and will be, for this event, our keynote speaker, who offered invaluable insights into the future of entrepreneurship and business development in Nigeria. This award, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, recognizes his tireless effort to shape a prosperous fiscal landscape, empowering Nigeria's growth and development. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Zacchaeus Adedeji, Executive Chairman, Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this. On behalf of Dr. Zach Adedeji, we are really honored to accept this honorary award. This essentially just reflects the progress that we have collectively made as tax authority and through the people, private sector, and other key interest parties that have supported us to achieve this. We will definitely reaffirm that all of our support is essentially to ensure that tax processes are simplified through technology, through capacity building, and enhancing those collaborations that we see today. We are grateful and honored to receive it on behalf of Dr. Zach Adedeji. Thank you so much for this.
The next recipient is a corporate entity known as Enhancing Financial Innovation and Access, FINA. Please jam your hands together and welcome FINA to the stage. This award is in recognition of FINA's tireless efforts. And when we say tireless, you will all agree with me that the data that Mr. Oluwakomo railed out is from the tireless efforts of FINA to promote financial inclusion and empowerment for all Nigerians. FINA is awarded this prestigious honor by breaking down barriers and fostering collaborative relationships. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the notable achievements of FINA. Women financial inclusion. FINA has actively worked to remove obstacles hindering women's access to financial services, emphasizing the need for collective efforts to advance women economic empowerment at the Gender and Inclusion Summit 2024. 2, financial inclusion growth. You contributed over half of Nigerians adults now using formal financial services, which is a notable progress. Ladies and gentlemen, they have also introduced digital financial services for women, agent banking expansion, youth literacy campaign, microfinance support, and in all, a finance dedication to financial inclusion has positively impacted countless lives. Its continued efforts would undoubtedly pave the way for a more financially empowered Nigeria. I present to you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in enhancing financial inclusion for innovation and access in Nigeria, FINA. A round of applause for them, please.
I fought so many battles, but I came through stronger. I raced across the finish line. Yeah, I can hear the cheering crowd, and that only means one thing. I can let my breath go. I cannot believe no. Is it really me? Oh, I'm a winner.
Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chinasa Collins-Ogbo. I am the Advocacy and Communications Lead at FINA. Someone said something, that if you give honor to something, it's because you give weight to it. And you only give weight to something that you see and you acknowledge. And I'd like to thank the organizers for seeing us, for seeing the work that we do at FINA. This award represents two things. First, it's a testament to the hard work of the FINA team that ran several hackathons to champion the development of innovative solutions. And some of the organizations that took part in those hackathons have developed solutions that are now in the market and transforming the MSME landscape. The second thing is that it's a reminder to our commitment, our strategic priorities for the next 5 years to continue to support the priority segments, some of which are the nano, micro, small, and medium enterprises, to facilitate a market that works for them, that helps them thrive, especially around access to finance. Thank you, and we'll continue to remain committed to this work.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you. We will go into the category awards. I will go into the various categories and call out recipients for this award and announce the winners of that award, and then you will come forward. I would invite the first Vice President of the Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers, Mrs. Ahime, to come up here to do the presentations. Okay, 2 steps. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will start with the best in MSME financial inclusion, DFI. The recipients are Development Bank of Nigeria, Nigeria Import-Export Bank, NEXIM, BOI Investment and Trust Company Limited. And the winner in this category is BOI ITC. Please a round of applause for them. Are they here? BOI ITC. Okay, you may just drop it. We'll go to the next category. The next category is the best in MSME financial inclusion, non-interest banking. The recipients are, we have nominees here. Jaiz Bank, Alternative Bank, and Lotus Bank. And the winner for this year is Alternative Bank. Alternative Bank. We will not be taking any speech from now henceforth so that we can get every recipient. We have less than 30 minutes to wrap up. All right, thank you. The next award is for the best in MSME financial inclusion, microfinance bank. We have 3 of them in this category. We have namely Lapo, MFB, VFD, and Money Point. And the winner here is Money Point.
Celebrate with me, baby. Celebrate with me, honey.
The next is best in MSME financial inclusion bank. We have Sterling Bank, we have Access Bank, we have FCMB, and the winner is Access Bank.
Come closer to me, darling.
The next is best in MSME financial inclusion, FinTech card. We have Verve, Visa, MasterCard, and the winner is MasterCard.
I wanna love you tonight. Let me make you feel nice.
The next is best in MSME digital insurance. We have Curacell, Cassava, and Salam. And the winner here is Salam. Salam. We have the best in MSME finance for women and youth entrepreneurship. We have Wema Bank, FCMB, Access Bank, and the winner is Access Bank. The next is best in MSME non-interest banking. We have Jaiz Bank, Alternative Bank, Lotus Bank, and the winner is Jaiz Bank. Thank you. Thank you, my able first Vice President, CIS. May I invite the Honorable Commissioner for Digital Economy, Niger State, to be the next person to give awards here. Sir, you're welcome, sir. He will be giving out the next set of awards. The next is Best in Payment Security, Data Protection, and Fraud Prevention. We have Remita, Paystack, and eTransact. And the winner is eTransact. Is it a coincidence that they are both wearing the same cap? The next is Best MSME Agri-Finance. We have FCMB, Fidelity Bank, Unity Bank, and the winner is Fidelity Bank. Fidelity Bank. Are they here? Okay, let's move to the next awards. The next is Best MSME in Trade Finance. We have United Bank for Africa, UBA. We have Eco Bank and Zenith Bank. And the winner is Zenith Bank.
Look what you done to me.
I'm utterly at your whim. All of my defenses down. Your camera looks through me with its X-ray vision, and all systems run aground. All I can manage to push from my lips is a stream of absurdity. Every word I intended to speak winds up locked in a circuitry. No way to control.
The next is Best in MSME Partnership and Collaboration, CSR. And we have Sterling Bank, International Energy Insurance, and Money Points. And the winner is International Energy Insurance, IEI. IEI. Are they here? Okay. The next is Best in MSME Health Insurance. Best in MSME Health Insurance. We have Anza Maksad, Leadway Assurance, Hairs Insurance, and here we have the winner as Anza Mansard. Anza Mansard. The next is Best MSME Insurance Company of the Year 2024. We have Anza Mansard, Hairs Insurance, ICO Insurance. And the winner here is Hairs Insurance. The next is Best MSME Payment Remittance Platform. We have PalmPay, Hydrogen Payment, OPay. And the winner here is Hydrogen Payment. The next is MSME Payment Service Bank of the Year 2024. PSB of the Year. We have 9 PSB, Airtel Smart Cash, Momo PSB, and the winner here is Smart Cash. The next is MSME FinTech Payment Platform of the Year. We have InterSwitch, MasterCard, Flutterwave, and the winner is MasterCard. The next is MSME Microfinance Bank of the Year. We have Money Points, VFD, and Lapo Microfinance Bank. And the winner is VFD Microfinance Bank.
I don't want to hear trilogy no more. Skating is a lifestyle. Skating is a
The next is Best in MSME lending. We have Sterling Bank, Polaris Bank, Wema Bank, and the winner is Polaris Bank.
Automatic, cause see traffic, you know I demand lane. I'm classy, Joe. I'm classy. Oh, le Bugami, Iyami, me then give me space. I'm classy, Joe. I'm classy. Only me, go and do all the bills, only me. I don't pay my dues, only me. Now I don't want to use love you, only me, only me, only me, only me, only me.
Honorable Commissioner, sir, thank you very much for doing justice to this. I will call on Dr. Brima to please come forward to do us the honors of presenting the next set of awards. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the highlight of the day with the MSME Bank of the year 2024. And we have 3 nominees, namely Sterling Bank, Access Bank, and Wema Bank. The winner of the MSME Bank of the year 2024 is Sterling Bank. Sterling Bank. Please, may I call on all recipients of the award for the year 2024. Please come with your awards. Let's have a group photograph. All recipients.
All right, thank you for coming and see you next year. God bless you all. Have a good night.